Okay, folks, I had another request. The other request I had was Knightsbridge. KNIGHTSBRIDGE, all one word, Knightsbridge, as a Tangle request. The basic Knightsbridge is a black and white checkerboard pattern. Simple, you know, grid pattern. I'm pretty sure that whoever requested it doesn't want just a plain checkered floor type tile, because that, I think what you want, and I'm just kind of interpreting here, but I think what you were asking for is, how do you do it different? How do you make it unique? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself a border here, which I probably should just go ahead and draw in. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm going to just draw in a border, because it's all going to be hard lines anyway. Okay, and I'm going to draw a couple of strings. I'm going to perhaps do some sort of a curvy thing like that. And I'm thinking maybe putting a sphere, just so I can show you how that works. We'll do with a round shape there. Okay, so I've got a round shape, I've got kind of a curve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make grids using the different shapes. The first one I'm going to do is this one, and I'm going to use that, and I'm going to go this way with it, like so. And then I'm going to do like this. I feel like it needs one more. And really all you do for Knightsbridge is just color in every other one. That's the basic thing of it. I'm going to go ahead and use my brush tip to make it go a little bit faster. And just pick one. Doesn't matter where you start. It literally does not matter where you start. Pick one. I'm going to pick this one. And then I can go to every other one. And here's a tip. Sometimes it's hard to just skip. When you're doing your first row, it's easy to skip every other one and make sure that you are doing it right. But when you start getting into the more complex figures and angles, sometimes it can be hard to remember where you're at with your every other one. So I'm going to give you a tip that somebody gave me, and it works wonders. And that is, make sure that your corners touch. Okay, so when you're going to do the next one, that corner has to touch here. That corner touches here, so you want this square filled in. Okay. Then this one's going to touch here, that one's going to touch there. You want to make sure you're going. That will always make sure that you are doing every other one. Okay? Is to make sure that the corners are touching on the ones that you have filled in. Okay? Super simple. Knightsbridge is actually, I would call it a beginner pattern because all it is checkerboard. You just can fill in any old shape with checkerboard. You really can. And it's bold and it's graphic and it's really fun. And it's relatively quick. It's a little time consuming with the filling in, especially, oops, time to go to work. Well, no, I have time to finish this tile. It's time to stop and eat and get ready for work, but this won't take too long, so it's fine. Okay. Turn your tile if you need to. It is a long process if you don't change over to a bigger nibbed pen. That's why I switched over to my brush pen to fill in, because if I was to fill in with my 01 or my 02, it would take forever. So this particular tangle is one where if you have a pen with a bigger nib, now's the time to break it out because you're doing a lot of filling in. See how that went really quick, right? Okay, so that's doing a kind of curvy, not straight shape. I can do just a standard straight let's skip that circle for the moment. I'm going to do something different here. Okay, you know how to make just squares, right? But you can use Knightsbridge if you have random shapes. I'm going to take those lines and I'm going to make some random lines going the other directions within this to really break up these spaces kind of randomly. I want smaller squares. Really just doing it like all over, however, right? You thought I was going to go into squares. No, that would be too simple. Okay, I've randomly just placed lines. And you can do it with these straight lines or just randomly placed lines. They don't have to be straight. I just started out with straight lines and I thought, you know what, this is silly. Don't do straight lines, do random lines. Okay, start somewhere, anywhere on your thing and fill one in. Do the same thing with every other one. It's going to be this one. Okay, touch your corners. So if it's this one and this one's white, this one's black. If that one's black, there's a corner, this one's black. Right? If that one's black, that one's white, this one's black. Then what do I do here? That one's white, this one's black, and so is this little triangle right there. Okay. You can do it with any random crisscrossing lines. If this one's black, there's a corner, they're touching. That's the one that has to be filled in. That makes it easier to think about when you're doing these kind of odd random shapes ones. I got a little carried away with my pen there. Okay, so if that one's touching here, that one's black, white, black, right? It helps you remember where to go next. White, black, black, white, black, and then they're touching. When you have these odd triangles, see, there's more than one touching. That's okay. Okay? If that one touches, it's going to be right here at the corner. This is the next one that needs to be filled in. That one, so that one's white. This is the one that needs to be filled in. Here in the corner. So if that one's black, this one's white, then this one's black. Go the other way. If that one's black, this one's white, this one's black. And then this one. And then this little triangle right there. And then there's this one. Okay. And that one right there. So where do I go next? The black, white, black. This one's black. And if you aren't 100% sure, touching, so this one's touching, that one's touching, this one's touching in the corner, right? Touching in the corner, touching in the corner. It will work with any number of lines. You don't have to count to make sure they're even number of lines. It doesn't matter. You can just put random lines and it will always work. Okay, we're going to do this one, this one, this one, touching here, right? Black, white, black. Touching in the corner, this one. It's a little bit more confusing with triangles than it is with squares, but you can do it. Okay, that one's black, this one's white, this little triangle here is black, this is white, so this one's black. There was a time in the 70s that this op art was super popular and everyone was doing it. Do you remember doing it? Oh, bother. Apparently. My phone is really telling me I need to stop and eat. But I want to draw, so I'm going to draw. I might not have time to upload today. We'll see. See what I can get done. Okay, so this one here is a little complicated right there with those tiny triangles. So what I would do is, this is black, white, black, white, so you know this one's black. You know, move in around it if you need to. This one's black, that one's white, so this one's going to be black. Touching the corners, This one is black. That one's going to be white. That little triangle is going to be white. This thing here is going to be black. Right? And then so is this one. And why is this pattern called Knightsbridge? Because somebody named it that. I think because of, you know, checkerboard, king, knights, the whole chess. That's all. Is it something that somebody has a copyright on? Absolutely not. People have been doing black and white checkered board patterns forever. That's why you can't copyright a pattern, but you can copyright the step out, which is why I'm very careful on where I show images from step outs, because the step out is hand drawn and it is somebody's artwork. But the pattern itself cannot be copyrighted. Okay? So this one's black, this one's white, this little bit's black. The tiny triangle is white, this is black. So then this one is black. This big one is white, this one is black. Okay, that one is white, this one is black. It's hard to see in there, so I'm just gonna fill in where I think it needs to be. This one, if that's black and this is white, then this one's black, even though it's up against that one. It's okay. All right, so that's that. And then you can also do it on a round shape. And I've got a couple of spots here where they're sticking out, so I'm going to just take it and run with it. Okay. Oops, you can't see. Okay, my curved lines there, and I'm going to make curved lines going the other way. Why am I making curved lines? Because it's a round shape. I think it should be a curved line. And I'm just going to do the same thing. Blacks and whites, whites and blacks. Start in the middle maybe. Make it easy on myself. Okay, corner touches, the corner touches, the corner touches, corner touches there, corner touches on this one. Oh my goodness. There we go. Boom. Now what makes this unique and interesting is the way you shade. I'm going to shade here. I'm going to do a little bit on the top of that, right like that. actually don't like it on the black. It's making the black shiny, which makes it actually opposite what I want. I'm going to just come back in here and just do it on the white. Go. That's better. Okay. And then I want to separate this from this. By just giving it a little bit of shadow, shading. And I think I want to give this a little shading here. Oops. And when I do that, it makes this, you couldn't see a darn thing I just did you? I forgot you were so zoomed in. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, so put a little bit of shading right there. So it makes this shape here look kind of curvy. Maybe if I do a little bit more right at the bottom there. Just at this side of each of the whites. Gives it a little bit of a curve. And I think I want to put more shading from here. There we go. So that that shape stands on top of that shape. My round. So that's the basis of Knightsbridge. It's simple. It's Knightsbridge. It's easy. Just, you know, it's just coloring in every other one. That's all it really is. And you can make any sort of shape you want. You can make it regular. You can make it in a round. You can make it irregular. Just color in every other one. Like a checkerboard. Super easy. All right, you guys have a great day. I have got to now go get ready for work. I will see you later. Bye-bye.